Joined this afternoon by women's basketball head coach Mike McDevitt following a GNAC Championship victory, 63-47 over Norwich. Coach, congratulations. Quite a run. And Norwich, as a number 8 seed, was certainly no typical number 8 seed. Just kind of talk about that matchup.
Yeah, they had proven by beating Emmanuel, that they were playing their best basketball at the right time of year. So we certainly went into this contest giving them 100% of our respect and didn't think that they were an 8 seed. They were certainly good enough to play with anybody, as evidenced by beating Emmanuel at Emmanuel.
Right. No, exactly. Took a pretty commanding lead early, felt like you had control of the game, and there was a certain point there, maybe partway through the second half, where they were starting to come back, and I think your lead was cut down to single digits, 7 or 8 points. Had the feeling that it wasn't comfortable until the closing seconds because of how explosive their offense can be. But they shot just 3 for 21 from three-point distance. Was that a major focus for defense this week in practice?
Yeah, they have two. Aaliyah Curry is, first team all-conference, maybe MVP of the league type of player. Mm-hmm. She's taken over 200 threes. Kelsey Lottie is another kid that's an all-conference type of kid. She's taken about 150. So, yeah, we spent a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time because after Thursday's game, but most of that practice saying one of the keys was we can't give them open three-point looks. And I thought our defense was outstanding. It really was.
Absolutely, and one of the first names I'm going to mention here is Theresa Hendricks. It looked like she was maybe played her best game that I've seen personally, one of her best. She had 11 points, but that doesn't necessarily tell everything that she did, and she was in Curry's face a lot of the time. She just played a tremendous game, a senior.
She really did. Theresa is a great defensive player, and when Lindsay went down, she assumed the role of guarding the best player on the other team. And tonight, she really stepped up her offense, and she just gave us some great, offensive looks. Made 11 points. I don't know if that's a career high, but it's probably pretty close. Pretty good time to pick to have potentially one of your best all-around games.
Absolutely. And Coach, talk about Abby Young's emergence here. We've always known she's a very good player. She has been here during her career, but just completely off the charts. Right around the same time when one of your other better players, Lindsay Moore, went down. Just talk about that scenario.
Yeah, that's no coincidence. We really needed multiple players to step up when we lost Lindsay. And Abby, we had one day to prepare for Bates after the injury in the UNE game. Abby came out and scored 30 points against Bates, and really since then has just been unbelievable. If she's not right now the best player in our league, I don't know who is. Certainly the whole body of work is what they base that on, but boy, for the last month and a half, I'd put her up against anybody in the league. She has just really accepted that challenge, and it was career high after career high for a while, and now I expect her just about every game to be 25 and 10 or 12 boards. And again, I'm so happy that she got the MVP.
Right, well deserved, no doubt about it. And for her to reach 1,000 points this season was certainly no slam dunk. She was quite a ways from it when her year started. So
very cool.
Yeah, very cool to get a name up there. Morgan Cahill, a sophomore, is kind of that second player in the 1-2 punch. Also had a double-double. Abby had 19 and 12. Morgan had 16 and 13. Talk about that dynamic a little bit on the post with those two players, very different players.
It gives us two 6-footers who are a handful to guard inside. But speaking to Morgan, last year she kind of snuck up on people.
Yeah.
As a first-year player, she was getting more one-on-one looks. Now, when teams prepare for us, she was certainly at least getting double-teamed, if not triple-teamed. So it made it that much harder for her to get good looks. But I think if you compare her stats from last year to this year, even with that added attention, she's been able to maintain those numbers. She's a special player. She really is. And then the combination of those two together gives us a really, nice 1-2 punch, certainly in the post.
Right. Early in the game, it was interesting. Skyler Mackenzie, a senior guard, kind of a role player for you.
Yeah,
started all the games this year, 4-year player, captain, all those things. 3 3-pointers. Maybe the first 10 minutes of the game, and it's really kind of out of character for her. She's made some shots this year, of course, but that just seemed to lift the whole team right there. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think if you couple that with Theresa's first half, two key seniors really stepping up, giving us some really needed offensive output. I mean, I'm not a stat guy, I don't scour them, but I'm pretty comfortable that she's never had a game where she had 3. And maybe for the year, maybe double digits, and they didn't even touch the rim.
Nope.
They just were automatic, and that was huge. 3 threes, 9 points in the first half in very limited minutes. Great boost for our team, great boost.
Right, it has to put Norwich on their heels too. I mean, they're scouting your team and they're thinking about stopping
Probably
others.
wasn't part of the scouting report.
Right,
Yeah.
right, exactly. Talk about McKenzie Dufour a little bit too. A senior, 4-year starter, started every single game of her career here, has never missed a game. Tremendous year for her, really, and she's been stepping up as well. 8 points, 6 assists. She chips in on the glass too, a couple steals. Her efforts kind of landed her on the all-tournament team too.
Yeah, that was a nice. I'm glad that they recognized her and gave her that honor. When McKenzie came 4 years ago, she allowed us to transform our basketball team to one that was going to be more high energy, full court pressure. I mean, short of maybe the last couple of minutes, you saw that. And that really wears on teams. When we're running people in and out, you look at the other team and they've got their hands on their knees and they're gasping for a breath. That really helps in the second half. And McKenzie certainly is not the only one, but her decision to come here really allowed us to start getting to that style of play that I enjoy coaching certainly, but that's also very hard to play against.
Absolutely, that full court press is a nightmare for these teams. And you have the luxury of having a player like Sarah Asante behind McKenzie, 2 point guards that are very capable and can handle the ball and do a lot of different things.
Yeah. I mean, probably no doubt, pretty easy to say that if she were on another team, she potentially would be a 4-year starter too. But she's never complained. It's kind of a two-headed monster. They play 20 minutes each. But again, if they're going against the other team's point guard that's playing 10 straight minutes, they're playing 5, getting a good break, and when they come in, they got tons of energy. It's a nice situation. Certainly we're going to miss McKenzie. Hopefully we can find somebody else to step up and give us, not as many minutes, but some minutes certainly at the point guard.
Yeah, comparable. And your freshman group of guards there, Emily Kehoe, Danica Gleason, and Abby Eastman, they didn't have much success today, but throughout the tournament it seems like each one of them has stepped up in big spots and really haven't played like freshmen at all during the tournament. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, certainly, fortunately for us, this time of year, your freshmen really need to be playing like sophomores. And I have no hesitation in putting any one of those 3 in the game. When they choose to shoot, I'm very confident that it's going to go in. They provide great energy. Those 3 kids are, certainly the future of our backcourt here at St. Joe's. But yet, before this season's done, they've been able to really contribute and help us a great deal.
Coach, first conference championship since 2001. It's quite a span, and you've left and come back since during that window, and first GNAC Championship in 7 years as a conference member. Not that the program left the map, but does this kind of put the program back on the regional map a little bit?
I guess. We knew that we were doing the right things. I think when that group of seniors came in as freshmen, we felt that was a good nucleus that maybe, when they were seniors, we might be able to attain something like this. But yeah, anytime a group can set a goal at the beginning of the year to win a conference championship and achieve that, that's a pretty special moment. And, certainly because it's the first, it will probably forever be special. I hope it's not the last. But, anytime you do something for the first time, it's a special moment, and this one is.
And the first NCAA tournament appearance for your program. Of course, you coached more than a handful of NAIA national tournament teams, but it's been a while since this program's been, and of course none of these players have been. How do you draw on your experience from that time and help these players prepare for what's to come?
Well, I think that the greatest advice that I can give them is, hey, whatever happens now is a bonus.
Yeah.
So you know what? There's no reason to be tight. We're going to go down wherever it is. We're certainly going to be on the road. We're going to play extremely hard, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And whatever happens, we're going to feel great about what this team's been able to achieve.
Awesome. And this is kind of an abstract question. You've won, I believe this is your 10th conference championship, maybe your 11th.
Wow.
So you've been a part of a lot of success, and not to mention your playing days and assistant coaching days and all those things. It's just never suffered a losing season in any facet of college basketball. Where does this championship maybe rank with some of the others, historically speaking?
they're all special, they're all unique, but because it has been a while, certainly, because we've rebuilt the program, it's certainly going to be one of the top ones.
And to have your daughter as an assistant coach,
Absolutely.
that has to be a big thing.
That's awesome. The fan support. This is a pretty cool thing. I hope the community, and I know they do by the way they came out today, really recognize that what this group accomplished is pretty special. And it's a good group of girls. They work hard. They really like each other. They have a lot of fun together. And as a coach, it just makes my job tremendously easy when you have a group of girls like that.
And we'll find out where you guys are going on Monday with a selection show by the NCAA. So, Coach, congratulations on a terrific season, and let's keep it going. We'll find out on Monday. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.